Since joining the Entourage, we had 10 people working in the business. We now have over 100 people working in the business, and we've been able to scale our revenue from 1.5 mil to now this calendar year will do 20 million. My name is Jai Bone, and I have a few businesses now, but my main business is ProFinish Coatings and ProFinish Fire Protection. Before joining the Entourage, we were at a point in our business where we had about 10 to 15 employees, and we were working a lot in the business. We had a mentor at the time that was kind of teaching us everything that he knew, but things were really crazy. You know, we had so much to do. We had clients asking us for more and more work, and it was just frantic. You know, we didn't have time for ourselves. We didn't have time to do the things that we wanted to do. It was just all in the business. I was doing all the quoting, all of the estimating. My business partner was basically doing all of the product delivery, and it just meant that we were working crazy hours. We would quote a job, we'd do all the work for it, I would do all the work for it, and then what would happen is we'd win the job, we'd actually then go to site, me and my business partner, and we would actually spray the material ourselves. We would go and we'd put on the vermiculite or the paint, and that meant we'd be starting at sort of 5, 6 a.m. every day, finishing at 5, 6 p.m. every day, and that was just the labor component. Then we'd have to go into most of the time the nights, and we'd have to then quote more work to continue to keep this sort of seesaw going of win work, deliver the work, win the work, deliver the work. We had no plan, we had no future. We couldn't see ourselves getting out of it. So until we had someone, until we had the Entourage really step back and say, you guys need to work on your processes. You know, you need to build some operations, you need to build some operating manuals, and you need to start to get some people to be able to do the things that you do. So when we started with the Entourage, and when we came to the Entourage, we were in a stage where it was very much drive growth, and we didn't have enough, we definitely didn't have any enable growth. The back end of our business was clunky, there was no processes, it was very much just looked shiny from the outside, but it was hectic on the inside. Yeah, so some of the instant results that we got from the Entourage, the first thing we actually worked on was our sales cycle and our sales process, because one of the things we were taught and we recognise is that for the business to grow, you always need to start with revenue. You always need to start with actually sales coming through the door. So we learnt in selling essentials with Peter Lakovich and with Jack, a lot of Jack stuff, how to structure up that process, and not just how to get more leads, but how to better convert them and how to increase the cost of sale. What that was able to do was it was able to give us more leads. It was able to actually increase our profit margin, both gross profit and net profit, which then obviously facilitated a lot of our growth in the years to come. One of the key lessons the Entourage taught us with sales was to develop a process, and a process in which you could ask all of the questions at the start of the conversation instead of having all of these objections after you've presented price and all the rest of it. And what that has allowed us to do is that it's allowed us to increase the cost of the lead, cost of the sale coming through the door, and it's also been able to take that lead and turn it from, say, a $10,000 job into like a $500,000 job. And not only that, they feel a lot more comfortable working with us, and they feel a lot more comfortable referring business. Because we've been able to ask questions at the key points in time, and when people are they peak their emotion, it's been able to really, increase every area of the business. We've gone from closing 40% of deals up to we usually average around 70% these days. And that process then gave us the stability to be able to then move into focusing on the enabling growth of the company. So building out our operations, our finance and our people. And we were able to bring in things like CRMs. We were able to bring in some marketing campaigns. We were able to bring in some actual just people focused on those areas. And that really it kind of stabilized the ship, stabilized the company so that we could not only be winning work, but actually delivering it and making money from it, be able to move through that. When we joined the Entourage, I believe we were doing about 2.5 mil in revenue, and we have pretty much doubled every year in revenue. This calendar year we'll do anywhere from 15 to 20 million in revenue, and we started with the Entourage with about 10 staff. We currently have, including some of our subbies, a little bit over 100 staff, so we've grown quite quickly, and being able to lean on the Entourage as mentors and just on their skills and processes really helped us with that growth. Being able to go from technician to then getting elevated to manager, to leader, to then now entrepreneur has been one of the greatest achievements in my own personal life. And it gives me so much joy being able to pick and choose where I want to work and where I want to sort of use my skills within each of the businesses. Since elevating out of technician mode, I've been able to play a little bit more in that entrepreneur space. The beauty is the business doesn't need me 24 hours a day. Whilst it is still my priority, I'm able to structure up my day in a way that I get to do things instead of having to do things. And that's allowed me to start another business or join another business front runner with one of my best mates. And there's so many things in that, you know, we're scaling that company. We've grown that to 7 figures within 12 months. Just from the lessons that I've learned from the Entourage, I've been able to apply them to this business. Yeah, it's crazy. So having multiple businesses has thrown up a lot of new challenges that I'm really enjoying navigating. This is, again, one of the reasons why I stayed with the Entourage, because now that I'm at a new level of growth or a new stage in my life, I'm asking different questions. You know, where are we going to be heading in the next 5 years? What does the next 3 years look like? What is the industry doing? What are the things we need to be doing to get ahead of them? How can we capitalize on that? And that real shift in mindset has been a real game changer for me and my businesses. Some of the lessons that the Entourage has been able to teach us has been a lot to do with recruitment and a lot to do with around building the best team and getting the right people on the bus in the right seats. And the business really wouldn't be where it is today without all of my business partners, all of our staff, you know, everyone involved in the company and involved in making this mission, vision and purpose really come to life. And it's been really an amazing thing to be able to work with so many great individuals and really grow this company and vision together. I think we've been with the Entourage for 4 years now, so there's a lot that have really helped. There's a lot of different things we've lent on the Entourage, and the reason we continue to work with the Entourage and will do in the future is there's just so many different elements with business. And every time you grow and you reach a new scale in your business, there's new things to learn. You go from managing technicians to leading managers to then being an entrepreneur and focusing on, you know, bigger ticket items. Some of the things that they offer and some real benefits to us have been like using overseas recruitment. It's been a big growth factor in our company. Another one would be coaches identifying areas in our business that we need to focus on. Another one would be the growth services. So we engage a number of their growth services to be able to give us the things that we need. Being able to lean on the Entourage and for them to vet companies to make sure that those companies actually are going to do what they say they're going to do and manage that relationship is a real game changer. And then also being able to lean on the experts, the vision partners, and then go to them, understand what needs to happen, and then refer you to different people or just give you some great advice. Some of my reservations about when I was starting up with the Entourage was I going to be able to afford this? Were we actually going to be able to get the return on our investment of the cost of the program? I pay some of my employees, you know, $50,000, $60,000 a year to do a task. I can pay, you know, half of that and get access to all of the mentors, all of the resources, all of the things that I actually need to build and grow the business. Looking at the cost of the program for us, in hindsight now, the cost of the program has been minuscule compared to the growth, the revenue, the profits, everything we'd be able to generate just from the lessons we've learned. So we've definitely taken that investment and making, you know, 10 times it easily. It's been a real worthwhile investment for us. I would recommend the Entourage to anyone that is looking to grow their business, anyone who's stuck and doesn't understand what the next steps are. I would recommend the Entourage to people looking for a mentor, for looking for a friend, looking for a community. It can be a very lonely business, being in business, and you know, I really think that being around the community really makes you want to achieve more. But I definitely think that, yeah, I would recommend it to anyone looking to grow their business.